Welcome back, bros, to another Transformer only video where we get to showcase the transformation for all four of Silverbolt's modes. So let's go ahead and get started.
Now here is your video.
So let's get started with the base mode, which is one of my least favorite modes with this combiner, Transformers Silverbolt, the Commander class. So basically what you want to do is let's go ahead and do this now. I'm going to fold these in because it is going to stabilize and give it more support to balance. Basically get this piece to go in like that. Do it on the other side. So now you got more of a square rectangular shape to keep it balanced. Fold out the wings just like if you was making the super mode. There's pegs right here, so lift up, and right here on the other side, fold this up and out. Lift this piece up, which kind of locks it in. Pull this apart because it's linked in for spots 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Put this down to the side, fold it up like this. And now you want to work on the mode for the turret mode, I guess you can call it, or base mode or whatever. So you can spin this around like this. All right. So this right here is going to peg in. I'm sorry, it's not going to peg in. There's no pegs for that, but it's going to peg in here, 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 and here. So you're going to need to rotate the leg pieces, and you'll see right here, this is how we're going to do it. Keep rotating them so that, okay, I'm sorry guys, it needs to be rotated so that they are at the top. I'm sorry, I totally, like I said, it's confusing looking at it from the other way around than it is looking at it right side up. So the legs should be like this. You got them like this, you're locked in, you're ready to rock and roll. So let's go ahead and rock. It's easy to put it flat because the crotch area is going to rest in between. So it kind of grips these right here, guys. Once you got it gripped, that's what it looks like. You want to go ahead and come this way and rotate this guy. Well, let's rotate it first so we can glue it up there. Well, friction grabs up there. It's not quite long enough to fully grip it all the way, so this is probably the best I'm going to get it. And sorry, my AC kicked on. I'm in my garage slash studio where I like to record. So now that I got everything, yeah, it's not easy pegging on, but fold this down and fold this down right here. And basically, this is going to be pretty much it for the mode like that. Like I said, it's not the greatest, guys. My copy doesn't want to stay clipped in right there. And then what you do is take this turret. It's got 2 grooves here and here. Fold this piece up, slide it up there like this, and now you can have Silverbolt manding a turret if you really want him to do that. Like I said, it's not my favorite mode. It's just like a little kid's playability mode. So that's what you get with that. So let's go ahead and continue, get him back to where we started at, and work on the Silverbolt transforming into its alt mode. So, all right, if you have an accessory in Silverbolt's hand, go ahead and take it out now because we're transforming Silverbolt into his alt mode. Basically, just bring his legs to a regular stance, fold up the feet right here. Basically, flip them up like this. You're pretty much done with the legs out the way. Now let's work on the hands. It's not very hard. We're going to fold the arms straight or get them back extended, fold the fist back within the hand. And then, well, that's a step and a half. It just did. Fold the fist like that. You can leave it like that because it's going to fold inwards once we get there. Now, if you want, let's go ahead and do the chest region first. It folds all the way out. It locks right there, guys. So it's not very I guess, hard. This is probably the hardest part, is sometimes grabbing the head. The head is a little clunky. Sometimes if you got it in the right way, move these arms like this and like this. Bring the head back up with the chest region coming up. Give it a little nice little pull. Lock it into the shoulder pads like this, guys. My copy, you definitely got to push down while doing it. And trying to grip and hold everything because it's slick, new plastic, is not necessarily always fun. Give it a little tight squeeze right there. I guess I'm going to go ahead. Normally, I didn't think it mattered that Silverbolt's head was facing the wrong way. Maybe it does. It closes a little better, so that's good. Let's go ahead and get the feet up. It's not very hard, guys. I'm just thinking about what I want to do next in the video. So just get the leg right here so that that piece is making that 90-degree angle. Bring it up. And then it slides on top. Give it a tight squeeze. And now you're pretty much done with that part. Lock in Superion's head. Fold down the wings right there. So you're starting to build that Silverbolt alt mode. Lift up. Pull forward. There's a pin or peg that latches in. Have that down like that. So it will slot in these pegs right here alongside of Superion's head, which also centers Superion's head. Fold the back tail down. Make sure it's tucked in all the way. Make sure the nose is right there. It wasn't tucked away. I like my nose extended still. So this is what we have, and fold out the landing gear. I don't like the placement of that being on the back of the head. I just know that that's going to make the head probably wiggly over time. And then fold out the hip skirts, and that forms your landing gear for Silverbolt in its alt mode. So now that we got Transformers Commander Class Silverbolt transformed into its alt mode, this is what we get, and this is kind of what we got when we first opened the packaging. So now we're back to square one when you open the package of the Transformers Age of the Prime Commander Class. So what you want to do, now that we got it already in this mode, let's go ahead and get this going because it is going to take some time. They want you to split this right off the bat. You dig your nails in and bam. Lift these up just so you can have it like this. And now it is started to be ready to be connected. So turn your attention to this big block right here. If you haven't got your figure assembled like that, go ahead and redo that. Pop out these red bits right here. Basically, it's just friction. It's going to grip on to the orange right there. And it's not really much for that. So just for the purposes of transformation, you want to leave these up because they got clips right there, just showing you that they can be folded down too also. So I pray that the AC doesn't take up too much of the noise, but I'm going to keep rolling. Just slide it on like this, and it's going to grip. So it just gripped, and it clicks. So right here, there's going to be little pegs and grooves right here. It lines up on. So you're going to do that. And then give it a nice little squeeze right here. Once you pull this piece out, of course, you'll see the clip. So sorry about that, guys. Now you see the little clip right there where it's going to peg on to right here. Fold it down. You got that part in. Do the same thing for this side. Fold it down. And now you got this part clipped in. So now you got the front already done. So basically the only extra thing you got to do is attach the weapon and fold out the landing gear. So if you got the weapon right here, just go ahead and fold the little handle for robot mode. Flip this right here back. And then now you're going to fold it up like this. So what you're going to do is I just kind of like sort of wiggle it in, kind of lift this up a little bit. And then what you're going to do is push this down on the peg and then wiggle this a little bit right here. It's easier for me to do it. And it just pegs in. There's a little peg right there. And then fold these back out. And then if you really want to be pretty cool with it, you can fold out the landing gear from the top of the head, even though it doesn't touch the ground. And now you have Silverbolt in this super jet mode, I guess. I mean, like I said, guys, this is what we get. I mean, it looks great. I don't have any complaints. I feel like it's a carrier mode because you can technically peg in some of the aerial bots for those that are like slingshot. You can peg them in right here if you really wanted to. And let's go ahead and move on to the next mode, guys, because we got quite a bit to get through. So now we're doing Silverbolt transform into Superion mode. So pretty much once you got him in his alt mode, it's not a lot of steps left per se the Silverbolt figure. Pretty much the rest of it is going to be your chunk bit over here that you're going to have to do most of the work. So let's go ahead and get Silverbolt out the way. Take alt accessory, just combine it so that you have that ready for Superion to have his weapon. Put that aside. And now let's work on Superion. As you see right here, Superion is pretty much already in the combiner mode. All you need to do is tuck the hit skirts back down. We're going to disconnect right here of the airplane. And what you want to do is fold the nose up. If you got fingernails, you'll be able to get it. I don't have really good ones or long ones. And then pull it back like this. It's going to unpeg this piece right here. Turn the Silverbolt head around. Make sure the piece is pegged in right there in the chest region so that you're ready to rock and roll. Take the tail like you do for the super combine mode in his already alt mode, play mode. Take that, fold it up just like this. Angle it out because you're going to have to peg this into the actual body. And then just have it rest like that. And then we'll go ahead to the chunky bits, as you can see. So basically, pull this off right here. Unpeg these from the top. Once you peg them, you can now unpeg this and then pull apart. Let's go ahead and start working on the thighs and the legs. So have them like this, rotate, rotate, that's locked in, that's fine. Let's go ahead and get this upper torso region so we can get it rocking and rolling. So take Silverbolt, this piece right here. I'm going to go this way just so you can see it. We're going to peg this in right there. So that's the hardest part, is pegging and locking it. So it's locked in from the front. Now I have to peg this piece in from the back. As you just heard, it made the click, so it is pegged in. Now you can move the torso up, connect it, and it's locked in. So Silverbolt is tucked in and now is making Superion. What you want to do now is have these pieces right here tuck in to, they're going to tuck in, go up and in, and they're going to lock in just like that. As you can see, bring this down. This is going to lock back in as it did with the Silverbolt mode. And now that's locked in. You can fold it up to give them a little bit, you know, sleeker. And if the head pop loose, pop it back in. Just that simple. That's that for right now. But let's go ahead and change this one, because who wants to show screws on their Superion? Rotate it around, make sure no screws are showing, pop the hip skirt back down. So we're ready to rock and roll. This part is done. Let's fold our attention to the arms and to the feet. So pop these off right here, but first we got to move them down. Move it down because they're locked in. Keep them like that because no need to extend these out. Pull apart and they separate. Pull apart and they separate. So this right here is the combiner port that connects to the legs. And this right here, give a push from the back, it locks in the feet. So here's one right here. And then this right here for the hand, fold it out. It's just like what we had with Minosaur or the Motormaster figure. And you made the fist right there. It just slides on just like this. So once you slide it on, it's on. If you need to take it off, I say wiggle it. Because if you wiggle it like this, you can't really pull it off like this. It's very hard. So I just say wiggle it like this, and then it just pops off. It's very simple. If you put it on the other way, you're not going to be able to pop it off because it gets locked in there. So that's just a quick example of what you got to do to get it off, is what I tend to do. So sorry about that. Didn't mean to repeat myself so many times. And then we're going to do the same thing with the other fist. It's not very hard. Doing it quicker because I know I'm eating up time in the video, which I didn't want to do. So we're building Superion, which is, like I said, one of my favorite combiners for the Autobots. My next favorite would be probably Defensor, and then probably the Technobots, and then is there anybody else? No, I can't remember right now. But anyway, when you have your aerial bots already in its transformation mode, it just pegs on real simple. It's not easy because you do gotta like make sure everything's fitting in the right way. Tuck it in, give these a little squeeze. Now you have one leg assembled, which we all know that he goes here. And then for the arm, normally I like to split them out, but because I've already done it multiple times, I have my slingshot already in 2 pieces. It just grooves on. A lot of the G1 promotional images of Superion have slingshot on this arm. So I'm going to go ahead and keep it like I would see in all the magazines and everything else, just like this. And then put this piece right here. Peg it in. Once you peg it in, let's see what we get. Okay, let's make sure it's pegged in. Okay, like I said, you can have him whole and he'll split together once you assemble the arms the right way. And then let's get the legs on. So hopefully I have it tall enough where you'll be able to see it. If not, I will adjust the camera and see, look, this piece already has chipping on the legs, and that sucks. You pay so much money and it has chipping already. Put the gun in Superion's hand. With my no fingernails, I was able to get that out. So for those that say their fingernails suck, just try to pull on that peg best as you can. And here we have Superion transform with the extra limbs added on to him. Who are the other members that form Superion? So before we get ready to bring this video review to a close, I want to show off 3 comparisons to keep in mind for this Commander class figure, Silverbolt, that Age of the Primes Transformers by Hasbro and Takara has given us. As you see, he only goes up to about the Ark's crotch. So I don't know if that's a good size comparison or not, but that's what we get, guys. I'm actually okay with it, by the way. And here we are for my second comparison, and I'm not sure how I'm supposed to feel about this because I'm going to have to check the size comparison chart that's floating around the internet to see if this is accurate. But this is what we get with Superion and Jetfire, as you can see right there. So for my last comparison in the Superion mode, I want to show you how he scales with the Hasbro Minosaur Combiner combiner from the previous year of Legacy, United, and also Evolution. Sorry, it slipped my mind. Anyway, guys, it does have the DNA DK38 upgrade kit where you see you get that big massive sword, you got posable hands, you got the thigh extensions, and bigger feet for the combiner, and also a new chest with the chest more iconic appearance what we saw in the cartoon. So yes, guys, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what DNA Kit does with Superion and how it can make it even more perfect than it already is. With that being said, guys, as always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you once again for spending your time watching my video. By doing this, it helps my channel continue to grow, and it is positive feedback